trying the fight to be long enough that the enemies start running away, so that you can catch them with the Rolling Thunder and the Glimpse.
Okay, well, we'll see how this one's going to go, guys. But first, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB.
Сейчас поиграем.
请做好开战准备。
Muchas gracias, mi lord.
Сейчас поиграем.
0 ошибок. Я не ошибаюсь.
太失望了，干得好，美女们！
So, right into it here, and yeah, it looks like actually Darkside, they're going to be coming up the river in these smokes just to get these wards down. They do get one down earlier on. I wonder if there's a D ward to come out, because I mean, both supports moving away from this, but Tsuneko does have one of those sentry wards. Nope, in fact, he gets it down, so there's not going to be a D ward in the mid lane here.
They didn't see it anyways. So you have this angle to put it down, that even when there's a ward in the mid lane, it's not going to be spotting you, and that's what Kiyotaka went for. So they have no idea that it's there. You can guess, but it's
30秒后战斗开始。
it's not something that that is going to be apparent. The one ward that maybe Roger is going to be trying to find is the one at the outpost. That one you put there so that you make sure that the SF is safe if the Enchantress is rotating towards the mid lane.
Okay, and I do actually like that one. You know, early enough that, like you say, it does offer that warning system if it comes out, and you don't really think about, or at least I never think about a ward around the outpost. But it looks like we might see Hellraisers moving themselves forward in this river for the room, but no contest here from the side of Darkside, so it will just be given up. It looks like just a 2 for 2, just some, like you say, some early posturing coming out, but no committal there from either team.
Yeah, no reason to go for any kind of fights. Both of the teams kind of have this initial damage burst, and then it's just not a lot of follow-up, and then you don't really want to put yourself in a position where you're initiating first and then you're getting chased down, because that is the worst case. So both of the teams will stay defensive and wait for the other ones to possibly make a mistake, which they won't.
Okay, and in the mid lane, Kiyotaka, you know, being able to throw out the razors here onto Rabel, is it going to be all about the position here for Rabel, or Kiyotaka, does he just kind of take over this lane with how quickly he can get through these creep waves?
As the levels go forward, it should be the SF coming out ahead. So Rabel needs to apply pressure to be as annoying as possible, but once the SF gets his levels and the bottle, that is when things become hard for Death Prophet. That's why you see Rabel just being ultra aggressive currently, because SF level 1-2 is just not that powerful.
Yeah, I do like this as well. Obviously, no mobility built in here for Kiyotaka, so Rabel, if he gets on top of him with the Spirit Siphon, it's really hard for Kiyotaka to get away from it. And the Crypt Swarm as well, doing extra damage to Kiyotaka. It's not an easy lane so far, but we'll see how it's going to go as we see the odds here from EGB. You can see once again Hellraisers coming in as the favorites. Darkside close to 4-1 here. Yeah, Darkside, they have a bit of ground to make up if they're going to take game number 2.
Most definitely, right? I'm not a big fan of what Darkside have drafted in this one. They have some potential with their lineup, but remember those small moves that I talked about and stuff like that? In this game, they constantly have to be on the go. If you're Darkside, you constantly have to be in the enemy's face, trying to force them to make mistakes so they can make use of that glimpse. And I'm hoping that they can do it, but I don't believe, let's put it that way.
Okay, well, we'll see if Darkside are able to make something happen. Bottom lane now as well. I like that. Oh, there's going to be the telekinesis drag back now as well, but with the connected field coming out, no real potential to jump onto Dizzy, and Dizzy was away. But I like that the Doom has gone for that Infernal Blade early on, even before going for the Devour, because it means that a melee hero up against a melee hero, you know, the Wraith King, that he's always going to be coming in range to farm. So being able to get that health, max HP damages from the Infernal Blade, it just adds to the harass that you can pile up onto Dizzy in here in this lane.
People tend to forget that Doom also has bigger range than your normal melee hero, so he is applying pressure. But speaking of pressure, top lane Roger is dropping low. He should...
Oh. Does he actually go down? What's the movement speed difference between the two heroes? Jakiro a hell of a lot slower here against Roger, and Roger will be able to prance himself out of this, but coming right back in. I mean, Solar Blitz, he's going to be there with a shield crash. It looks like Roger just behind, looking to heal up with the tangos, and that tower regen in there as well. So he's going to have a decent amount of health, but yeah, like you say, that could have been the first blood if Solo a little bit quicker or had that liquid fire off cooldown. You know, Roger would have gone down to that.
Yeah, it's and there's pressure being made by Hellraisers everywhere, right? Except I was about to say except mid lane, where yeah, Kiyotaka is getting a first blood. Yeah, it's not pressure. I'm just killing him. I'm destroying him in CS, and that's just gonna continue. Kiyotaka, beautifully done. He's now gonna refill his bottle. Be completely fine. This is a disastrous start, even worse than the last time for Darkside.
Yeah, and you can see that, like you say, top of the net worth, it's only by a little bit, but still going to be about 500 gold ahead of the Death Prophet, and now he's going to have some level advantage there as well. I think about a level ahead in terms of XP, close to a level ahead, and once he hits that 6 as well, again, Death Prophet, one of those heroes that I suppose he might go for the early point into the silence to stop the recruiting souls coming through, but even that, the raise damage, like you say, the right click damage coming through, it's not easy for Rabel to avoid that, as top lane solo going to be taking a lot of frost coming through. 2 heroes here on the side of Darkside. Blizzy picks up the kill with a swashbuckle, but that just, it takes the aggro away from Ramsey, so Ramsey's just going to find free farm as Azareth, they get the kill onto Dizzy on the bottom lane.
Yep, one carry is free farming while his support is dying. Oh no, solo is dying. What am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna farm every single creep. And while that is happening, well, on the bottom lane, the Raid King, a 2 armor hero that is constantly being poked by Miero, and Antares gets low enough that they can burst him down. Sometimes Raid King starts with a ring of protection. He didn't, and he might be regretting that choice.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to go straight into the armlet here after the 1, so he's got the the phase boots to come out pretty soon. Top lane though, the harass coming out, the Dragon Tail now as well, the dual breath. And Blizzy, he's gonna be out of mana. Can he get himself away from this one? He's just gonna walk, but is it gonna be breathe fire to finish this one off? It wasn't. It's only level 1, so there wasn't enough damage there to take down the Pangolier.
Yeah, no reason to waste your mana. And speaking about wasting, they're trying to waste Seneko here. And yeah, okay, he has a ton of stakes, so Antares doesn't want to chase.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good rotation, and Rabel's able to claim that kill. And again, it sends the Shadow Fiend to the Shadow Realm, so Rabel's going to find some space time. In fact, he's close to that 6, but there is, 10 seconds before the Shadow Fiend respawns. If he hits 6 off this wave, does he just instantly pop the Exorcism here?
Yep. You go for it as fast as possible. You want to be prepared once the SF TP is in, and Roger in there now. Also, we have moves on the bottom lane, so nice movement on the map from Darkside. They're trying to apply pressure everywhere.
Yeah, the chase down onto Seneko, and it's not, the Doom can't get in range of that. The glimpse did come through, so he's going to be able to survive through solo as well. But Roger, great timing on that kill for the mid lane, because not only did the Exorcism pop up as well, it was the timing for the catapult wave as well. So this is going to be the tier 1 tower in the first 5-6 minutes of the game, going the way of Darkside. As Seneko, well, he is going to fall.
Yeah, but that's fine. This is perfect, considering that Kiyotaka was crushing the mid lane, and just one rotation from Roger changes everything. And that is so huge, because Hellraisers, they wanted to play around this SF, wanted to play around that tower, and now there's just not going to be something they can do. And this means, Rabel can go around the map with the next extras and just continue grabbing those towers.
Yeah, and at least in this lineup, your Hellraisers, like you say, there is some tower push potential with the Jakiro, but if the Jakiro is too busy rotating around, you're trying to match the rotations of Roger, and you don't really have that. Ooh, Roger, does he get himself away from this one? He doesn't. Kiyotaka, he was trying to TP himself away. Kiyotaka with the double raise was able to get some cooked deer there as solo this time. He should be able to get the TP away.
Yeah, it's fine. This is one of the reasons you pick an SF versus an Enchantress, right? Because you can always have the double raise, and that's pretty much the entirety of her HP. And speaking of HP, Miero has none, because he has been taken down. As the Raid King gets more levels, he really does start to pack a punch.
Yeah, he's going to be able to come in with the Vampiric Spirit there as well. It's going to help that sustain in the lane, just being able to, keep yourself alive, keep yourself going with the lifesteal. And then the crits that come out. You get the glimpse onto Antares. Did they get the kill onto the Rubik here? Rubik, kinetic field, it does go down. Antares, he's trying to walk himself away with the Thunderstrike. It might just be enough. It will be. In Seneko, he gets a little revenge there for going down earlier.
He even popped the smoke on the bottom lane, and that is huge. He thought that last hit was not going to connect, but the Thunderstrike damage was more than enough to bring him down. So a lot of it taken away from Hellraisers. They had a beautiful start here, but ever since that mid lane tower fell, it just feels like Darkside, they're in control.
Yeah, and we'll see again if they have that, within themselves to bring it up and win this game number 2. Oh, that's the worst feeling in the world when you TP and you immediately get glimpsed away by the Disruptor, and Answer is going to be sent all the way back. There's 4 heroes here. They just collapse onto Meiro and take him down once again.
Yeah, they send Meiro to join Antares in the base, though his death is going to be slightly more painful, and this is it. You know, that mid lane tower falling, it just opens so many possibilities for Darkside. This is, with this kind of a start, if they lose this game, they really then have no chance against Hellraisers.
I like this too, that, you know, the fortification comes out, they immediately TP up the Rabel onto the top lane to chase down to Ramsey. Ramsey's taking a whole lot of physical damage, and the Rolling Thunder does come through. The Ice Path, it stops Rabel in his tracks, but it's not going to be enough surely to keep Ramsey alive. It's not. And Rabel does claim that kill, so having a way better game than he did in that first one here. And this Death Prophet already had, I think, more impact than it had in that last game.
Yep. Kiyotaka didn't come from the side, finish up the Disruptor, and now he's going to be getting a double with that Arcane Rune. It really didn't cost him anything. He found the Arcane Rune in the top part of the river, and he just rotated. He gets 1 kill. There was a glimpse used, so that's why he didn't manage to get on top of Rabel, but now he gets another one. So Kiyotaka, nice 2 kills for him. Tower doesn't fall, but still, it is Darkside that are making plays around the map, and Hellraisers so far are only responding.
Yeah, but I mean, we saw in the last game, your Hellraisers, they were able to take it to that late game and come back in. Kiyotaka, he's one of those heroes on the Shadow Fiend that, you know, you look at the damage that Lina was putting out and how scared she looked when she got her items going. But Shadow Fiend is another one of those heroes that, you know, if you let him get the time and space to find the items, to find the farm, the Silver Edge comes out, you know, you get the Blink Dagger, you get the Satanic, you get the Hurricane Pike, and all of a sudden you cannot kill off the Shadow Fiend. So, Darkside, I like that they're putting pressure on early, but I think that is the momentum that they need to keep pace here in this game and not let Hellraisers get back into this game.
Well, I mean, get back. It's Hellraisers are in it. 2 of their cores are topping the net for sure. It's just that Darkside have this momentum going where they could continue to get towers and actually get ahead at some point. Interesting though, Kiyotaka is trying to go for a Blink Dagger, and he did buy it, so I'm really curious to see how well he uses this.
Yep, Telekinesis comes out on the bottom lane. Dizzy trying to get himself under that tier 1 tower. 3 heroes. They group up but couldn't get in range there, it doesn't look like, to get the Dragon Tail off, and Dizzy will be able to move himself away as Blizzy is taken down by Kiyotaka, just overextending past the river though, and wasn't able to get off the Rolling Thunder to get himself away. Kiyotaka cleans that one up.
There were 4 of them. There were 4 of Darkside, and he just killed their core and went away. Like, what the hell? He got glimpsed. I thought that was it. At that point, like, he's gonna go down, but they didn't have a Static Storm. He gets his ulti off, and you don't want to start off the Rolling Thunder early. Well, this is how you're gonna end up. That was a huge mistake from Darkside. That should have been a kill on a very farmed hero for them. And I mean, they just give a kill away while committing 4 heroes. That is just insane.
Yeah, and I mean, it forces Dizzy off the bottom lane here as well. You get the scan off, Macropyre gets dropped, so Solo not even giving them the opportunity on this top lane. Exorcism is up though. Hellraisers, do they look to defend this because they've got Ramses on the bottom lane, so it looks like they're going to trade tier 1s for tier 1s. Glimpse is going to be used, but it's not going to be too far away, and it just gives away Soneko's position in here, so it looks like, yeah, Exorcism should be able to do the damage on this top tier 1. It's caught out, the TP coming in though. If they want to try and fight into this, Rolling Thunder Rebel comes in, Hearts' Exorcism left, and it looks like there's going to be the silence onto the Dragon Knight now as well. Rolling Thunder though, still continuing to chase down. Can they get the kill onto Anthrax? It looks like Anthrax will be taken down, even with the telekinesis being used. The glimpse comes out, the drawback onto Ramses. He might be looking for the kill, but he's not going to be able to get it before he gets taken down. And Blizzy gets the kill onto Ramses. Really good timing and rotations here for Darkside. And Hellraisers more. Yeah, they've not only been put on the back foot, they've just been put square on their back here in game number 2. So it looks like he's going to be the next one to fall.
Oh, just beautiful. That is Soneko solo baiting them in, because you're not TPing before they get behind their tower, because once they get behind your tower, they have nowhere to run, right? They only have one path back home, and it's through a tower. And then you have these glimpses, you're surrounding them, and you're going to be able to bring him down. Just beautiful usage of the Tumbler story there from Soneko, and ultimately, it lands them 3 kills, 3 big ones.
Yeah, and we can see that, I mean, Dizzy, and he's been taken down once, but he's just finding the time and space, excuse me, to find a farm. Going towards this Radiance, but he already has that armor up, so that's one big item here for the Wraith King that's helping him survive, helping him farm up here as well. And, you know, it doesn't look as bleak as it did in that last game when the Dry Ranger forced the triangle. The rest of his team are creating the space, they're finding the kills, and Dizzy, and he's just having the free farm at the minute.
Now is the moment of truth for Darkside. They did everything right in the first 13 minutes. They've gotten all the tier 1s down. But now you need smokes towards the bottom lane to fight maybe one more time before the tower falls or right after it does. You need to be controlling areas with your hero. You need to be posturing aggressively and getting those bonus kills. And they are going for a smoke. So I'm liking that they are starting to ramp up the tempo.
Mid lane. Do they actually want to make a jump now? The TPs come in. It might just be, I mean, it's great if you can bait out some TPs, mate, but it looks like the disengage comes from Darkside, and yeah, with those TPs, and now they again the push-pull coming out here from Darkside, pulling it with all of these TPs, Hellraisers into the mid lane, and they just respond, go towards the bottom lane. With Ramses, he's gonna be left alone. They weren't actually able to capitalize on it, but it was a great play from the Darkside, just looking for the opening to maybe look for the kill onto Ramses.
Darkside need to bail. They need to bail. This is a very fast smoke from Hellraisers. They're searching for kills.
Yeah, the Dragon Tail, it comes out, gets the stun onto Blizzy. Blizzy thought he was safe going for the TP into the trees, but it looks like the are going to be able to get the kill onto Roger as well. As Roger tries to run himself away. The mech comes out here from the Pango, and Pango, he's just going to try and run himself away from this one in the trees, but the blink comes in. Ramses, he's trying to eat himself through. The raise comes through, finally gets the kill onto Blizzy. Blizzy just found himself a little nook to hide him, but he was eventually taken down. And Kiyotaka, I mean, a good move in theory, but he just weren't able to catch out onto the Dragon Knight. Like I say, that quick smoke, Hellraisers, they want to be the ones responding to these and finding these kills.
There was a beautiful move. Darkside went a little bit too deep towards the mid lane. The way that you want to play is that you want to play a little bit farther away from enemy tier 2s and just catch them over and over again. But they went aggressive with the smoke. It broke. And the second that happens, Hellraisers in their mind, they have an idea. Okay, we're running towards the bottom lane. We're saving our Dragonite and getting something as well.
Yeah. Oh, do they actually have the lockdown here with the glimpse? No. Snako, he glimpses back. There's going to be the catch here. Does he cancel his TP? It doesn't look like it. So Rabel chasing him down here. Solo, can he get himself away from this one? Spirit Siphon, Ramses, Solo with a TP. Doesn't matter, Rabel gets that kill. And I'm surprised. No, I'm actually surprised that Kiyotaka went for TP away. Just getting away safe, not sure where the rest of the heroes were. So Rabel committing with that exorcism. That is a big spell to throw out. And yeah, Hellraisers, they just want to bail.
Hellraisers are playing good Dota, but Darkside are still getting the things they need. I would have loved for them to capitalize more. I think they got so much out of the early game, but this is still a good position for them, especially with Dizzying getting so much farm. He is untouched on the top lane.
I would like to see, I know the exorcism's just been used for that, but I'd like to see the next exorcism, you know, if they can pull some aggro down towards this bottom lane, and then quick TPs up to the top, because you still have that tier 1 tower on the top lane there as well, and get themselves into the Roche pit with this next exorcism.
I don't think you can. There's going to be a BKB on the Shadow Fiend immediately. That makes it impossible, especially because you haven't taken the tier 2. You do not control the outpost. That the Hellraisers that have more control of the big jungle on top, and with that better access to the Roche pit. So it's Darkside are not gonna have BKBs, and Hellraisers are. So walking in there, very risky.
Yeah, I mean, it's still so. Or just to take an objective with it, you know, because they've used it for the team fights here, that exorcism, the past couple of things. And in fact, speaking of team fights, this one's going to break out here as well. Antares tries to get himself away, but Kinetic Fields, he's going to be fine. He's going to be A-okay as the ice path comes down, locks down to Roger, and with the raises, Roger does he get himself away from this. What was stolen? You know, the nature's attendance here for the Rubik, so this is extra sustain here from the side of Hellraisers. And Antares, even though he got slow, he's just going to be able to salve up nature's attendance and right back to full health.
This kind of move from Darkside I like, because it's close to the enemy tower, but not close enough. They were slightly maybe closer than they should be, and that's why they didn't get the kill and lost the hero. But it is the type of moves that I want to see. If they would happen in the top jungle, right, or in the bottom jungle, you probably get a kill, and even if you don't, you get away from it. So this is the approach I would like them to take. It just needs to be a bit more crisp.
Okay, and we'll see here. It looks like a group up here. So, did they move themselves in? I mean, 4 seconds before that exorcism's back up. So, they are moving themselves into the pit. They've got the Wraith King nearby now as well. He's going to have the Sacred Relic, at least not too far away from the Talisman Invasion as well. So, that Radiant's not too far away. And Hellraisers, they aren't anywhere near this pit. You know, you've got 3 heroes on the bottom, the right side of the map, and they've not scanned it out, nothing like that, so they don't have the information that this Roche is happening. Look at how low it is already here. Darkside get themselves in. It looks like it's going to be a freebie.
Yep, they didn't come in to fight. The SF with the Blink BKB definitely could have done something there, but Darkside, it seems like they were fast enough for Hellraisers not to understand what was going on.
Yeah, and that gets the Wraith King the gold, 150 away from the Radiance as well. So it's going to be a little bit harder and a little bit harder to fight into Darkside, who are setting a great tempo in this early game.
Most definitely. Very nicely done by Darkside for that one, because you're taking it away from Hellraisers, who are currently probably stronger than you when it comes to a big fight because of the BKBs that are coming out, but that's not going to be the case for long.
Oh, they get a glimpse. Mero, though, he's having to pop the BKB defensively, going for that TP away. So that's one of the times there from Hellraisers. At 90 seconds, that's going to be down for. And all of a sudden, did they get themselves onto the Dragon Knight? The Dragon Knight?
They found
BKB
him.
just, yeah, it's going to be the Thunderstrike with no glimpse. So they're not going to be able to control down just yet. Dragon Tail comes through. And this is going to be the glimpse into that Static Storm. Kinetic Field comes through. Rolling Thunder. And it should be a kill onto Ramses. He's going to go down. And Rodsy's going to be the one to pick it up.
Yep, Enchantress does do solid amount of damage to him. It takes time, but you can go through the tankiness of the DK. That is some killer moves coming out from Darkside. Get the Roche, get a BKB from the Doom, delay the BKB from the Dragon Knight. Sequence of events that is pretty much perfect for them. And if you look at Hellraisers, they have absolutely no response.
No, and they're not even looking to take an objective. The top lane, Kiyotaka now moving towards it. But while that was going on, the bottom lane, it didn't move to take this tier 1 tower. They're just farming through in the jungle, and you can see the odds coming right down here on Darkside. Hellraisers are still the favorites, but Darkside, they are starting to close that gap.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a point in this game after the laning phase where it was like, yeah, Hellraisers, they've got this. But if you look at Dota Plus now, it actually favors the Darkside lineup, and that is because this Wraith King has been completely untouched. And unlike last game, he did have a big chunk of the map to farm, so that's why he's keeping up with everyone. Even is threatening to take over this SF, but we're gonna be seeing a big engagement now.
Yeah, it's going to be a smoke into a smoke action to get the lockdown onto the Red King. He's going to go down. That's that reincarnation to come out now as well. The BKBs, there's going to be a really good requeen. They get the kill onto Dizzy, and he's going to be sent spinning now. And it looks like the Rolling Thunder gets Blizzy away. But you would have thought with effectively 7 heroes there from the side of Darkside, the Aegis and that reincarnation, they would have been able to take a great fight. But like you say, Wraith King, he just goes down so quickly.
God, man, I just praised him, and I feel so bad about it because he just ran in.
Instant caster's curse.
He got absolutely deleted, and that is the curse of the Wraith King. When you're curse of any hero, let's say that has an Aegis, but the Wraith King always has it. That plays against the SF without the BKB. You're just gonna get blown up every single time.
Well, they try and get a glimpse back here onto Antares, but he's got that Force Staff to get himself onto the high ground. Being chased down by the Wildling Ripper, but Kiyotaka is here as well. Going to be able to pick that one up. And Shadow Fiend actually not going to be a Silver Edge. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be the Skadi to come out with the Shadow Fiend, which it makes sense because it's going to mess with the Death Prophet in these fights.
Yep, you want extra armor to deal with the Wraith King, and you want to make sure that the Death Prophet is not a hero. And with the Skadi, that's definitely the case. She's going to be way too slow, and well, her heals are just not going to be as effective.
Yeah, ooh, what was stolen there? It's just going to be the Crypt Swarm. While this has all been going on, Ramses, he's quietly been getting on with it. I mean, he's going to be... He's mid-table in terms of net worth, but he's got his BKB now. He's got the Blink Dagger, the Falcon's Blade to come out going towards that shard. And we were talking about, Dizzy not really being contested. And Dragon Knight, he took some pressure in the early game. But for the past 5-6 minutes, he's really not been contested here, Ramses. And he's finding that space and time to get the farm up. Mid lane, he's going to be telekinesis into the Ice Path to get the lockdown. They get the kill onto the Death Prophet. And they might even go for more here. Aegis will be popping, but Macrophyre's going to be down. Pops that BKB here, Ravel Mero. He has to get himself away. The glimpse comes out. He pops his own BKB. It is just going to be an Aegis pop. It looks like that T1 tower taking some pressure, but Ramses, he's going to get the jump in. He wants to get himself on the Blizzy. They're going to be Static Storm down, but he get the kill onto the Pangolier anyway.
Oh, you can see that they're kiting. You can see that they want to go back in on Hellraisers. The way that they are moving, the way that Kiyotaka is baiting them, they're like, oh, they haven't caught us, and they already used their glimpse. They have nothing else. Just run around a bit, and we're gonna find an opening, and they kill a hero. There's no exorcism, no ability to make a play by Darkside for quite some time. Their Wraith King is just not capable of doing the damage until he gets the BKB. So you just feel helpless now for 2 minutes, and that is a big hit to them for sure. Hellraisers Hellraisers also opened up the map. So now, with this mid lane being down, the smokes from Hellraisers are sure to kick in.
Yeah, and this is going to be the Dragon Knight Saghanim shard time in here as well. 140 gold away, so you know, a breathe fire on this creep wave. He takes down the flag bearer creep, and all of a sudden he's got himself that shard. And this is going to be again, like I say, just another good time. And as there's going to be an engage coming through. Did he find the vision? Did he have the lockdown here as well as Blizzy coming through, rolling thunder once again? They have a lot of damage coming on to Shadowfiend. Shadowfiend, he pops the DKB. The Requiem comes to the fear will be there. The raises the right clicks and dizzying. He's going to turn right back into it. Kiyotaka though, he gets the TP away by the skin of his teeth, gets himself out of that. And chase down onto the other two heroes. Antares on the cliff and Solo. He's going to be Diffusal Blade, so he might be the sacrificial lamb, but everybody else should be able to get out alive.
Oh man, Kiyotaka got so close to dying there. The crit of the Wraith King, if it did come through, and of course it is, because you know, Mortal Strike for every 4 seconds you're gonna be critting someone. He would have died there, so really played with his life, tried to do as much damage as possible on the back of that BKB. In the end, he doesn't get anything, but at least he survived. So that was very close to being a disaster for Hellraisers.
Yeah, and we'll see here. I mean, the momentum shift, it's not fully back in the favor of Hellraisers. I think Darkside, if they can take one good fight, you know, it swings back to them. But the way Hellraisers are playing around it, and this might just be the experience in the team here on the side of Hellraisers. You know, they know when they want to be picking up these fights. They know when they need to back themselves away and just let one hero fall. And Darkside, they're trying to take the fights, but Hellraisers, they're only looking to take the engagements on their terms, and you can see them backing behind tier 2 towers, you know, playing it safe and not overcommitting here in game number 2 after going a little bit behind to Darkside in the early game.
And they're gonna go for a smoke right now. This is mostly a positioning smoke, right? You are okay with finding a fight, but you want to get yourself on the map safely. And Darkside, they're already out. They've already been pushed out by the potential of this happening. And this is just win after win for Darkside, actually. You know, you do well in a fight, you farm the entirety of the map, and you get away from your enemies.
Yeah, and Wraith King, he wants to be going towards that BKB, and like I say, they're trying to get themselves away. They will still be able to get the catch out though onto the edge, but there's going to be a really good setup zone. BKB's come through. Roger can he get himself away from this one. The Nation's intended to go. Kiyotaka with his own BKB. He's going to be able to get that kill. The macro by the ice path going to be dropped to Dizzy. He's got himself that reincarnation. If he goes down, Solo's going to get oh so low. He will be killed off. Dizzy, and it is going to pop that reincarnation. But now the chase down Mero. He's got that TP, but he doesn't. Ooh, the Wraith Fire Blast doesn't connect. Half a second, not even half a second. He would have been able to get the kill onto the Doom, but the Doom is able to get the TP. The slow down now, but the Queen comes out of the fear, and now Ramsey's Kiyotaka looking for the TPs away. But again, Darkside, they don't lose anything major. Dizzy does go down, it pops the reincarnation, but with that engagement coming out from Hellraisers, you know, Darkside playing away there, they even get... Well, they get a buyback onto the edge. You know, they lose the 2 supports, but they didn't lose one of the cores, which is a good win there for Darkside.
Both of the teams understand in this game in particular that you cannot commit, right? And that's why we're seeing, like, they're just testing each other out. The Exorcism comes out, you doom her immediately and you get away. You're just trying to finish off those supports and get away as fast as possible because you understand that there is no fight to be taken there. You already used your spells, you cannot burst them down, and the Exorcism being out and you not being able to kill the Death Prophet, you're gonna lose that fight. And then Darkside, you know, they have to play really careful around this Requiem, because if you walk into him, there's a good chance you just get bursted down if you make a mistake.
Getting burst down here, Kiyotaka blinks forward. They get the kill onto Seneko, so it looks like they will get a kill without a response. And Hellraisers, actually bottom lane, there's going to be a chase down onto Dizzy now as well, and Dizzy doesn't have that reincarnation for the next 45 seconds. Miro, he pops that BKB, no Doom, but he's looking for the chase down. Dizzy, though, he's so fast with the phase roots, has that blink, he's going to be able to break some ankles. Miro can't get the jump, and again, that's another BKB for the next 80 seconds here on the Doom.
Oh, he thought he had him there for sure, and then he just clicked wrongly. The rating was in a part there of the trees, and then the pathing took the Doom to the other side, and instantly you don't know where the Wraith King is anymore, and then he just gets himself away. So I think Miero, he was kind of 100% certain that was a kill, a solo kill for him. But unfortunately, he makes a slight mistake there in terms of movement, and the Wraith King is out.
Yeah, and the Wraith King, you know, super fast as well with the phase boots. Just being able to move himself out of range, like you say, out of vision. Lizzie, he's hitting in pits. He's Ramses, so the swashbuckler even gets the bash.
Yep, that Basher is gonna be a big thing. Blizzy doesn't have that much farm, but this hero can create a lot of problems in a fight. And when you have the Wraith King and the Death Prophet that are already gonna be doing a ton of damage, well, then you know that you're kind of safe to just be an annoyance to the enemies.
Yeah, and that kind of sums up the Pangolier to me. You know, you get yourself in the row and Thunder, the Bash is coming through the Fusel Blade. It is just a major annoyance in these fights, and a target you can't lock down. Roche is going to be 45 seconds away. The Darkside smoke comes through, but it's just a little bit too early, and you see that Hellraisers as well positioning around the pit, so they don't want to give up another free Roche. You know, they don't want to be giving away the Aegis and the Shard. But Hellraisers, well, it's going to be some smoke on smoke. Which way are Hellraisers going to go? Do they actually get the wraparound? Because Darkside, they aren't in where Hellraisers think they are. So it looks like both teams, these smokes, not going to be super effective just yet, but it does mean that Hellraisers, they can get some free vision down around that triangle and around the Roche pit.
The thing is, the division of Hellraisers is much better than the ones from Darkside. Darkside have one ward, and now they're gonna get pincered from different sides.
Dizzy, though, he jumps himself in. He's gonna be stood up by the Dragon Tail, but they're gonna be able to do the damage. They take down Antares. He's gonna be the first one to fall, and now they're doing with the BKB. There's gonna be the diving from Ramses once again. The Centaur stun comes up. Mero's gonna get so darn low, but the Exorcism, it's not gonna connect. It's not gonna be able to get the kill. Reincarnation will be used here. They take down the Death Prophet. Dizzy has to use his BKB. He looks at the backline. Saneko's gonna be cleaned up by Kiyotaka. Can they go for even more now as well? Kiyotaka, if he survives through this one, well, the right click's coming through. It doesn't matter. Roger gets a kill. It looks like Solo can he get himself away with the bullwhip. Dizzy, and he's got that blink dart in 5 seconds, looking to chase down the twin-headed dragon, and Solo might just be able to flap himself away from this one. Regen rune picked up from Blizzy, and even though the fight's starting, you know, great jump in there. An even trade between the two, and Roshan will be back, and they're missing the Shadow Fiend, so this might be the time when the Darkside need to get themselves into the pit.
It's an even fight, and the reason it's even because, well, Darkside have one ward on the map, and you run into that one. So very unfortunate for Hellraisers, that for which if they came from a different angle, it's over. You're gonna jump them first. You're gonna destroy everybody. Exorcism won't even come out. It's gonna be over. But this way, the fight starts with the Doom and the Rubik pretty much being taken out of the fight completely.
Oh, did he get the kill onto Jakiro? Jakiro with that force up, and he slips right back into the waiting arms of Dizzy, and he gets that kill first anyway. And yeah, the Shadow Fiend down for the next 14 seconds, and you have no Jakiro for the next 38. He can buy back if he needs to, but you see they've already moved themselves into the pit, so it looks like Darkside once again looking for this Roche, and Ramses on the bottom lane. He's got that Dragon Form in 3 seconds, but not looking to move over and contest onto this.
Oh, the Roche should be gone. There's just no way for Hellraisers to do anything about it. They don't have their spells. They're missing on the Doom, and yeah, there's just not much you can do. Ramses is trying to apply some pressure here, but Dizzy is already in position to make sure that Ramses pays for this.
Yeah, and at least he gets some damage onto the T2. The fortification comes out, Roche goes down, and Dizzy won't make the jump. Again, not sure what Hellraisers are, and didn't want to overcommit while the rest of his team were taking the Roche. But yeah, he was in position to respond if the rest of the team, in time, were able to make the defense of this tier 2. At least Ramses, though, he will be looking towards, level 17, so he's going to have that level 18, and the Black Dragon coming out, because that Ag's not too far away, about 500 gold before he's able to pick that up.
Even though, there have been some good things that happened to Darkside, that Hellraisers, made the mistake, mainly that mid lane tower falling down so early and Kiyotaka dying. They really have been playing a good game, right? This is what you expect from the names on their side to give us this level of Dota. They've really been doing a solid job in this game, because it's move after move that are solid, and they're getting themselves something done on the map.
Yeah, and now the smoke coming out from Darkside, so they don't want to take the foot off the gas. You want to be moving around, Solo showing on this bottom lane, dropping the macro pyre, just keep the pressure onto the tier 2, but they find Kiyotaka. He pops the BKB. He's just going to have to walk himself away, but Roger with the force staff now as well. Looking for that TP. No swashbuckle in for the bash. He will be able to get himself away.
Oh, where was Blizzy? What was he doing? You're the BKB piercing disable, and you're just not there. That is a big no. He needs to be a part of the hunting gang there for sure, because every single core survives with the BKB TP.
Yeah, and yeah, like you say, he needs to be getting those bashes out. And you can see that the Wraith King not even going for that. He's going to be going towards an AC. So one still, Solo, Wraith Fire Blast is going to be there. It takes 1, it takes 2, it takes 3 to take him down there. And Solo falls. Solo trying to push out the bottom lane with the macropires, but just overcommitted.
You're okay. He died relatively deep into enemy territory, and they took some time to hunt him down. So overall, you created some space for the BKB of the SF to come back.
Yeah, and that, I mean, how long is it going to be down there? 34 seconds. It looks to get himself into the butterfly here as well. Has that Skadi complete? The Dragon Lance is up, and it's, I mean, Darkside are taking control, but Hellraisers have one more kill. They have a 5k net worth lead here as well, but it still seems like Darkside, they're the ones roaming and hunting around the map, looking to take the game to Hellraisers.
It is their lineup that has this posturing potential because of the Rain King, right? The time has come where Dizzying has a BKB, so even if he dies once, he's not going to be blown up by DSF. And also, I mean, you don't have the luxury with Hellraisers to wait with that Requiem that much any longer, so you might have to use it earlier on. So overall, Darkside are the ones that feel more confident, and Hellraisers are the ones that need to find an angle to a fight, whereas for Darkside it's pretty much apparent. We stay in this area or we stay at this tower and push.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, Hellraisers, they're trying to find these next big items before. They're not looking to take engagements, you know. But while this is going on, like I say, Darkside, they're taking the map control. They might even be able to get the kill. Jakiro, though, kill comes out. We'll be able to get him some on the high ground. It looks like Snake will overcommitted. And now it's Hellraisers' turn to hunt down. Blizzy coming through with the Rolling Thunder. Ice Path won't be there in time. The buyback from the Disruptor, but it's going to take him a few seconds to get back into this fight. The Wraith Fire Blast now as well. And look at how low Ramses is getting. Ramses getting himself back into this. He's holding that BKB. There's going to be the Fireball. He's going to get a kill into the. They do take down the Wraith King once. Like you say, he's going to be able to come right back into this now as well with his BKB, the armlet, the Radiant's going. They want to chase it. They're diving behind the tier 3s. They're pushing Hellraisers all the way back into their base, and it looks like Mero, he doesn't get out of this, surely. No. Lizzie is able to pick up that kill. The gem is on the deck here. 2 calls down on the side of Hellraisers and Darkside, even through the fortification. It doesn't look like they want to stop.
Oh, they used the fortification before the creeps came in. This is a dead tower unless you're buying back.
Yeah, and Ice Path comes out trying to solve this, but they jump in immediately. 3 heroes dead. Answer is trying to do what he can on the sidelines here. He stole out the Crypt Swarm, but it looks like they want to go on to Dragon Knight now as well. Dragon Knight's already used the BK, so Ramses might be okay behind the rest of the team, but they do force out a buyback from 2 heroes. They might lose the Death Prophet, but that is going to be ages. What can he do to follow up onto this? It looks like Darkside going to pull the Ripcord and just tell Death Prophet, you're on your own, mate.
Oh, unnecessary dives coming out from there on the Dragonite. If you're killing the Rubik, okay, maybe, but you're not killing the fat Dragonite with the 2 supports behind him, and just with 1 buyback, now you've defended not only the Rags, but the tier 3 as well. So I'm kind of surprised. Darkside, it is what their lineup does. They just stand their ground, and if you come to us, we're gonna crush you. But they just decide to overdive, and that kind of gives another lifeline to Hellraisers. This should have been a lane of Rax and a big advantage for Darkside.
And what can Hellraisers do with this? Because there's no Death Prophet for the next 45 seconds. So are you looking for tier 2s? Are you looking for your next big items? You know, what do Hellraisers want to do?
天辉中塔正受到攻击。
Outpush the lanes, get a kill, and you want to continue the game to be in this kind of a situation where Darkside cannot get together, right? Where they have to go to push out lanes, then you kill someone, then they move back, you push in the lanes, you kill someone, and that's what you want to make happen over and over again. You don't want to stay back and just wait for things to come to you, because if Darkside get together once again, well, we saw what happens. Hellraisers, there's a good chance they lose a fight.
Yeah, and Shadowfiend now, he's about 500 gold away from having this. So the jump in, did he get the kill here? They're going to get the blow up onto the Disruptor. He gets slow, but do they have the BKB? They do. So Ramses, he turns around now. Ice Path comes out onto the Wraith King. The Wraith King, he does have that reincarnation now as well. Mero jumps in, sends out the BKB. And Dizzy, he's going to pop the BKB before the reincarnation, so the physical damage, if it's enough, the Rolling Thunder though, Kiyotaki uses his own BKB. And looks at the jump around. Who does he go for the Doom on? They're going to be able to jump right back in onto the Death Prophet. Wraith King's getting low now as well. He doesn't have that BKB. He gets taken down. The reincarnation will be used. Mero, he might be the one that goes too far forward on the side of Hellraisers, but with the Macro Fire coming down, with the Breeze Fire as well as that Fireball, they take down the Wraith King twice.
No BKBs on Hellraisers though, they have to run, and Kiyotaka is going nowhere.
Yeah, he gets locked down, the Bash comes out, they do get that kill here. It is going to be 3 heroes dead on the side of Hellraisers, so it's going to cost him a fair bit. Might even be 4. Antares, he's trying to get the blink away, but he's going to get locked down. 2 seconds, 1 second, does he get the blink away? He does, onto the high ground, but the chase comes out from Blizzy. He's going to be able to catch onto Antares. Antares, he's got no mana for the TP, he's just waiting for that, and should now be able to get himself back if he wants towards his base.
Oh man, these long fights, and you could see there you don't want to pop the BKB before the reincarnation, but then at some point you have to. The SF, he wants to wait with Requiem so that and the BKB so that he can blow you up on the second life, but he cannot bring you down unless he uses those. So you can see little nuances happening in that fight, and in the end it's kind of even, but overall Darkside probably feel slightly more confident there because the SF is gonna be off the map for a long time. So Hellraisers, they can't get into that mode when they're hunting for a kill and just keeping Darkside on their toes. Darkside are gonna be able to get together once again.
And they take this outpost here as well. So they're going to have this map control on Roche. It's at least 35 seconds away. So they're going to have a window. Maybe if it's a quick rush, I don't see it being a 10-second rush. So usually when we say, oh yeah, it might be a quick rush, it's like a full 3-minute one. But Ramses continues to push out. You know, he's going to have the goal for the ultimate orb now as well. So that's going to be the Manta Star coming out for Ramses as well. But what does the Wraith King want to go towards next? What's he got up? He's got that AC there. So it is going to be the overwhelming blink here for Dizzy.
Yeah, he has every single item. He just wants to upgrade that one. You don't really want to get rid of the phase boots because they allow you to move a little bit more free throughout the fight. You know, maybe at some point you might replace that one, but I wouldn't even recommend it. I think phase boots are actually a pretty big deal. Maybe you replace the armlet at some point.
Yeah, and you can see here the net worth comparison, the graph, you know, it looks like just a massive roller coaster up and down there. You're more like a seismograph measuring an earthquake than it was measuring the net worth. And we'll see here, there might be another engagement in the mid lane. Mero is going to be able to get the jump in and get himself right on top of the Death Prophet. Death Prophet, the BKB is clearing out, so does the Doom. And he should be able to clean up now as well. Yeah, can he take down Wraith King? Wraith King again on that BKB. He's going to be going down to the macropile damage now as well as the Manta Star from Ramses. Ramses, he hasn't used that BKB just yet. The chase comes out, Rolling Thunder on top of him. Ramses now he's going to be forced to pop that BKB. Blizzy, he's outside of the Rolling Thunder, and the buyback comes through. Death Prophet, Rabel, he gets himself in, but he's going to be in 3-4 heroes now, using his own BKB. Ramses, he gets slow, doing to get the kill, to take down the Dragon Knight, and chase down onto Rabel. Ice Path comes out with the Force Staff now as well. Kiyotaka has to get himself up on the high ground with the exorcism still going here. Solo, he is going to be the next pickoff. Can he go for Antares as well? Antares trying to get himself away, the blink into the trees, and it looks like, I mean, every time there's a trade coming out, Darkside, even though there was a buyback forced out there, you know, they take some great hero kills.
Yeah, this is the power of the Disruptor. Hellraisers, for the entirety of that fight, ever since they took down Rabel once and saw the buyback, they want to get out, but they can't. And because you want to save every single one of your heroes, then this is what it ends up being. Maybe they should have just ran away with their cores and be content with the supports going down. But just the communication of Dota doesn't go that way. You want to save every single one of them.
Yeah, and now, I mean, Darkside, they're going to move him through even further. Wraith King, okay, he's going to be stolen. You know, the stolen Wraith Fire Blast comes out. Is he going to be stunned up by that? But again, 1 minute and 10 seconds before this Roche comes back, and it just seems like Darkside, they have the complete map control around this. Again, I don't know how Hellraisers get themselves in, try and contest into this Roche.
Very hard. It's very hard for them to do so. You are going to be spotted every step of the way. You need one smoke to secure the outpost, to ward the jungle, and only then to go forward. You do have the gem, so it's not impossible for you to do that. And you do have 45 seconds before the response. Let's see if Darkside are going to allow them to get those wards down.
Yeah, we'll see. Another jump in. The Doom comes out, though, again onto the Death Prophet. If he can take the Death Prophet this time, he doesn't have a buyback. Rolling Thunder, but Mero, like you say, he's caught out in no man's land. Where's the rest of his team? He's already used that BKB, and Mero will fall. The Death Prophet, he's getting close, but the Doom won't be able to finish him off with the ultimate there. Now Rabel with the Spirit Titans, 4 charges on those, nearly 5. Can just turn around, come right back into these fights if they want to.
Where the hell are my teammates? That's what he's gonna be saying there. The rest of Hellraisers were taking down Vision and being zoned out by the Pango, and he found the open. He's like, I got him, guys. He has no buyback. But then you understand that, yeah, well, no one is coming to assist. A little bit of overextension there, getting ahead of himself, and it is gonna cost them quite a lot. Roche is now gone, and they're not gonna need an exorcism to take it down even.
No, cheese refresher, so even if, I mean, Exorcism is going to be back in the next 8 seconds anyway, so it's not like it's going to be down if a fight does break out, and this is going to be the refresher. I take it you give this one over to the Death Prophet again?
Yeah, probably, unless, let's say, a Rolling Thunder was used, something like that. Kiyotaka, they're hunting for him bot.
They get themselves on top. A glimpse comes out. He pops that BKB. Blizzy not able to get the bash on the swashbuckle. The TP comes out. It looks like both heroes here from the side of Hellraisers will be able to get themselves out safe.
Darkside are going to be running through the bottom lane like madmen right now. They understand BKB on the SF on a cooldown. Let's get into that base in the next 30 seconds. And Hellraisers are going to be in a pretty bad position. Rabel has an Aegis, so doing him, it's not going to be the greatest thing. He pops the Exorcism, you don't want to doom him, right? Because you would like him to die, but you don't want to use the doom when he's already used it. And speaking of being doomed, well, Solo is most likely gone.
Yeah, he's got that force up in 8 seconds, but Dizzy with the blink. There he goes. He just catches up. Meanwhile in the mid lane. So he's going to get the jump off now as well. The Doom comes out once again, this time onto the Pangolier. He's going to be trying to do what he can with Infernal Blade damage now as well. Nothing to get the kill. But yeah, the BKB was up now as well. They do get the kill onto the Pango, but it does cost them the life of the Doom. And like you say, with the Jakiro already being down now as well, the Glimpse comes back out. Did he get the Manta? He did. He got the Master Cell time in there as well on the Glimpse. Really nicely done by Ramses, but it means they're going to be fighting one hero down into this Darkside with an Aegis, with a refresher onto the Wraith King there as well. So Wraith King with 3 lives. He passed it across. Who did he pass it across to?
It was the Death Prophet that got the refresher, so he has the second Exorcism now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, passed it across there. And yeah, Rabel comes in. They're going to be able to break the base. I don't know how Hellraisers defend this now. Get the jump in. They're having a lot of damage onto Rabel. Rabel's going to go down. Okay, he will go down. The other defending from Ramses, though. And Dizzy underneath the tier 4 towers. They're going to be able to time that Requiem really nicely. Do they have enough to take down the Wraith King once again? He's holding that BKB, taking a lot of Riker's damage, though. And Ramses, at least they are going to be taking down his tier 3. Can they take the racks as well?
Hellraisers, they want to fight. Dizzy, he doesn't have a second life. He has to be very careful. Okay, but he does have a cheese.
Yep. Force Staff comes out, though, keeping Dizzy from the Ice Path and the Macropire. And it looks like Darkside, again, not overcommitted. Know when they might be taking a fight and they don't want to just back themselves away. Get out of dodge.
Oh, I really like Miero still has his nerves, because after that overextension, sometimes you would buy back in panic, right? I want to do something because I messed up earlier, stuff like that. But he just keeps him schooled there. He understands we're approaching ultra late game territory. Buybacks are the most important thing. Even if we kill them there, we're not really going to push. None of the tier 2s have fallen. So Hellraisers, they really need to take this slowly and methodically and wait for a deeper overcommit from Darkside.
Yeah, and they are doing the damage to the Wraith King. They're taking Death Prophet's life away as well. They did pop, so it's not like Hellraisers. It's all doom and gloom. Oh, we can't even kill a hero. We're not doing damage. They can take these fights if they find the right engagement. It just seems that because Darkside have the momentum, they're engaging on Darkside's terms. It always seems to be favoring Darkside at the minute.
Yep, the Hellraisers, they want to find an angle to a fight, considering the Darkside are ahead, considering the Darkside are kind of, controlling the tempo of the game. Once they come to your tower, that's already a disadvantageous position for Hellraisers, even though they have the high ground.
Yeah, and you can see buyback-wise, it looks like if they can get a jump in, there's no buyback on the Death Prophet. But all 3 cores, the rest of the heroes here on the side of the fight just break out. We'll come back to that. They're going to be able to get a kill onto the Disruptor. The Disruptor immediately buys back, gets himself in. The Duo onto the Death Prophet. Death Prophet kicking himself away. There's just going to be so much disruption that Miro's not going to be able to catch up. He does have his buyback as well if he wants to get into this fight. But it looks like Hellraisers, they might just look for the disengage here. Suneko taking a lot of damage to the Macropire. He's taken down. They have the control to Ramses, but with that the safe telekinesis here, he will be able to get himself out of danger. Or Rubik at least will be able to assist him getting out of danger. But they force out a buyback from the Disruptor. Couldn't get the kill onto the Death Prophet, who again doesn't have the buyback now for the next minute or so.
Yeah, but a level 25 Exorcism, and you know that your enemies are lacking some of their spells. You might just decide to go high ground. It's a hard decision to make. I wouldn't mind if Darkside actually just went up the hill there and started punching on the tower, but it is always hard to make that decision in a game like this, because you know that one bad move could just let the game spiral out of control. But what I really like is that Hellraisers, they're constantly finding these kills in fights, but it's always a different hero, and that different hero buys back and comes back into the fight, and then you have to run. We have seen like 3 or 4 fights go the exact same way every single time.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend this time though does have the, coming into that last fight, he had that Silver Edge, looking towards the Arcane Blink as well. So, I mean, he's a pretty tanky boy anyway here, the Shadow Fiend, with 3.4k health. Would you expect him to swap anything out? He changed his mind from the Butterfly here as well. Maybe if he goes for that Arcane Blink, do you think he swaps out the boots and then goes back for maybe the Butterfly, maybe that Satanic coming into it? Hell, maybe even an MKB with the Radiance being here for Dizzy.
Refresher, and then you don't really have to swap out anything. But once you jump in with an Arcane Blink, you're gonna put in the Refresher. That's how you want to go right now, I think, for Kiyotaka, because once you get that Arcane Blink, it's a very hard, if not impossible, for the enemies to respond with their BKBs. And even if they do, you just pop your own and you get yourself out, and then you have another round of that one. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Arcane Blink Refresher, and if I'd be Darkside, I'd try for that to happen. No, Suneko doesn't have a buyback.
No, he's going to get the Ice Path disconnect. There's going to be the Fireball there as well. He's dead for 90 seconds here. So this is going to be a little bit of breathing room for Hellraisers. Maybe they look for another fight. I don't think they expended any BKBs there either. Yeah, no, to get the jump off, they absolutely didn't. So this is going to be here, Hellraisers. What can they do with this opening now for the next 90 or 75 seconds or so?
Darkside waited so much. There's so many big items right now. Refresher on the Doom. 2 heroes get deleted. There is an Aghanim Scepter on the Jakiro solo, and he also has level 20. He's doing so much damage. Kiyotaka is level 25. So many things on the side of Hellraisers are coming into play right now. And Darkside, well, they don't have so many OP things on their side, but the thing is, Raid King does have an Aghanim Scepter, so that could be big. Imagine if you kill Roger, let's say, at the start of the fight, and then for 6-7 seconds, he's just spamming out those impetuses. That could change the fight completely.
Yeah, and having no answer back to that, it could be, like you say, it could be that he just gets himself in, or he doesn't get himself in the middle of it, obviously with the impetus being out of range, but the further you are away. But, he's going to be in and around those fights, like you say, even if you get the blow-up potential here, or, Rabel just being able to throw out Crypt Swarms, and it's just been an absolute pain in the ass. They do get the jump onto the Pango, though. Pango, X comes out onto him, he's going to be able to get the kill. They do take it now. And right Death Prophet, he just gets himself into and around the fight, and like you say, Dizzy, and he's going to try and do the delay on the death. So Mayro can get himself away from this one, popping his own BKB. Blizzy's get himself right back into this fight. The Death Prophet will be down, doesn't have the goal for the buyback now as well. And Blizzy the chase down, but the blinks away, and Blizzy, that Rolling Thunder will be coming off. Do they want to try and re-engage? Looks like they might want to try and get Ramses. He's got himself that big black dragon form, but he's just gonna be able to fly over the coast, winch it if he finds a target. And they do find him. Blizzy can't get himself away from this one. The Infernal Blade comes out, and they put Blizzy in the box here for the next 120 seconds. And this is going to open up a tier 2, potentially even a tier 3 in the mid lane.
That double doom is the counter for your buybacks. This time around, they bought back again, and Antares, he really wants more.
Oh, look at the damage coming through from Roger there, though. He's got himself that moonshot. He is hitting like an absolute truck. The artillery being thrown out here from Bambi. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage here. And Dragon Knight, they're just on the retreat. They can't take up to the damage here coming out from the Enchantress with the Sprinks, with that moonshot, as well as the Hurricane Pike.
Hellraisers getting ahead of themselves there. Not only did they give a kill, but they could have taken tier 2s. They could have pushed out lanes. They could have prepared so much, but they felt like 5 versus 3, we can do it. No, you cannot. You are way too deep, my friend. And they gave the gem to the enemies as well. So instead of them just now controlling the entirety of the map and being so ready once the heroes of Darkside are back, they wanted to end the game right there and then. And it's gonna give another chance to Darkside, just as Darkside were giving some chances to Hellraisers with their overdives. Now, well, Hellraisers, they make the slate even.
Yeah, and we can see that all of a sudden, I mean, Darkside got it not even 5-10 minutes ago. Every single thing was going their way, but like you say, that double doom coming through. Hellraisers found some really good jumps, and the buyback's being expended from the side of Darkside. It is going to put them on the back foot. Roche up in a minute, so Hellraisers looking to posture. They have that outpost back. They're looking to push down this top lane here as well. And Darkside, being 2 buybacks down with the Disruptor as well as the Pangolier, and okay, the Shadow Fiend, he's a bit of gold away, but if he does get a kill in the fight, he's going to have it here. Darkside, do they take the risk at fighting into this Roshan area?
Oh, they have to. You don't want to let that one away. And now they're going to initiate on solo.
Okay, yeah, they do it late down here, but Roger's not able to get the kill. Ramsey's on the back line, he pops that Manta style. Did he get the kill to Sneko? Sneko's trying to run himself away from this one. The BKB comes out, but Sneko, even inside that static storm, it's not going to be able to get the Dragon Tail out to the edge. And now the Macropire does get dropped, and no second lives here for those, as the Wraith King was already moving himself away from this fight. The Doom onto the Death Prophet. So Death Prophet, no impact in that one. 13 seconds before the big man is back in his pit, and all of a sudden, 2 heroes down on the side of Darkside. Hellraisers, they should have the 4th Roche in the bag.
Solo should have died. He was 500 HP and 2 max range impetuses coming towards him. 1 should kill him, but they use the smoke and they disjoint the attacks, and that's why he lives. And then you have Hellraisers. The second they jump onto the Enchantress, well, that is when it becomes a problem. Also, one thing we haven't touched upon, Doom went for the Doom applies break. What does this mean? This means he wants to Doom the Rage King and just let him go. No bashes, no bashes, no crits, no lifesteal. Rage King will not be a hero. He's just gonna be a fast freak running around the fight.
Yeah, and look at this. Who takes the Ag Scepter? It's going to be the Shadow Fiend here, so he's going to have that Necromastery buff as well, and the cooldown reduction on the Recruiting Souls. So it's going to be some massive jumps, pretty much every single 70 seconds on the cooldown. Yeah, no, he can disengage, look for a quick cooldown every time he wants to jump in. He's going to have this available to him.
They give the refresher to the Dragonite. I kind of feel like that's the one for the SF for sure. Double BKB and the double Requiem, especially with an Aghanim Scepter, should be something that you're looking forward to. Also, one neat trick I read on Reddit yesterday. If you put Liquid Frost on the auto attack and you use Liquid Fire with your E click, both of them do come out. So that's actually quite cool. It's probably a bug that's gonna be fixed, but hopefully it's we see it used from solo. Now he just put both of them on quick on the auto attack, so he's not using any bugs here.
No, I mean you're gonna get the attacks out anyway. It looks like on the Jakiro.
Yep.
As long as you don't get burst down by Roger, they are gonna be flying through, and we'll see what they're gonna be able to do here. Because Hellraisers, like I say, I mean, 53 minutes into this game, we're not too far away from those tier 5 items. We'll see if they do come out, but at the minute, Hellraisers, they are taking control. They're looking to take the objectives around the map. The tier 2 on the top gone, tier 2 tower in the mid gone. Just look into that last tier 2 tower here, and you see Kiyotaki even through the backdoor protection getting right on top of this tier 2 tower, and it is slowly but surely going to tick down, and Darkside not going to be able to get themselves and save this one.
Yeah, SF just rips down those towers. You take away their armor, and you just take them down through the backdoor protection. Hellraiser is finally taking a methodical approach, something that kind of lacked for both teams here for some of the moves on the map. And Kiyotaka is coming in.
I'm just watching the Roger. He just they're going to get the bucket right on top of him here now. As long as they have the lockdown onto Bambi. Bambi, he's getting low, but he do have that race on now as well. Randy's going to get himself away from this one. He's going to eat that cheese, walk himself away. He has that refresh for the second BKB, so he's going to be able to turn it right around, and DC's going to get really darn low. The reincarnation comes out. Can they go right back into this? We're going to connect now as well. They get themselves onto the Wraith King. Wraith King's going to be controlling the Ice Path. The telekinesis, the drag back, the Wraith form here, but it's only going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. And well, he's trying to chase down, really down onto Ramsey before that Wraith form pops. He will go down, buyback, gets himself back in the fight almost immediately here. Dragonite jumps himself back in, gets the kill onto Blizzy. Kiyotaka's going to be one of those ones who claims that, and we're able to right click him out from Kiyotaka. He can't finish off the Shadow Fiend, and he's still got the Aegis anyway. Dizzy comes in, pops it. Now looking for Solo. Solo is able to get himself away from this one, turns himself right back around the Inferno Blade here. The lockdown, the Fireball onto the Wraith King. He doesn't have that BKB anymore. Has his life for a little bit longer, but eventually this is going to be the dieback on the Wraith King. It was looking so good for Darkside for the first 40 minutes, but all of a sudden the Hellraisers get themselves right back into this. It's going to be a 1 versus 5, and Bravel, as good as he is, I don't think he's going to be able to stand up to Hellraisers. PG gets called. Darkside looked so good in the second game, but Hellraisers get themselves back in, but take game number 2, take the series 2-0.
At least they should be happy they played the better game. We can see that their faces don't really show happiness, but finally I'm seeing someone speaking when they lose a game. Roger was saying something, right? So they might not be feeling good. Of course, you're never gonna feel good after a loss, but this goes to show that there is some merit to